force behind the dreamy sounds of Yellow Cellophane, and she's been a guest on the show before, so I thought it'd be fun to check in with the talented Hannah Sexton. Hannah, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So now the last time you were on the show, I was absolutely blown away, not just by your amazing voice, but also by the emotion behind your songs. What inspired you to start writing songs? And is there like a certain mood or emotion that kind of sparks your creative energy?
Well, what sparked Lemons, my very first EP, it was a breakup, and I didn't have an outlet for that, so I channeled all of it into my songs, and I wrote every single day. I wrote a line in a notebook. If that's all I had, I just spit out words onto a page, whether they made sense or not, and most of my songs came from that way. And it was a really hard process writing that. And I actually recorded my EP with the guy that inspired Lemons. So that whole thing, it just means like a whole lot. It's like it's got a lot of emotion in there. Really, it's hard for me to talk about without getting choked up.
Right, and I understand it. It's kind of crazy that sometimes those types of situations, it does kind of bring out the best in like a painful way.
Yeah,
I totally get that.
it was an experience that I don't know if I'd want to go through again, but like I'm so glad that it happened. And me and Jason are still really, really good friends. And the whole recording process with him was incredible. And just that whole experience, like feel like it was wrapped up in a bow. And like now I can like put it away and like work on some other things now. And like felt really good though. It was like really therapeutic.
That's awesome. And so, as a musician, what has been the most challenging thing for you during social distancing?
Not playing out, not being able to go and play out or see my friends like that are in local bands, like that's been like the hardest part. I love being on the stage, and not being able to do that and like share my music has been like the hardest thing. And being in this room by myself with my cat the whole time and not being able to like, it's just it's really it's I need to be out, I need to be out with people.
I totally understand that. So, with all that, what has been the most rewarding or positive thing? We'll put a positive spin on this.
All of the time in the world to write music. I wrote an entire EP during the whole quarantine that I am hopefully going to be releasing by the end of the summer, and wrote the whole thing during quarantine, just me and my cat in this room. And you can probably hear them right now. But yeah, that was the best. Like, I just had so much time to write. When I wrote Lemons, I was still in school. I was like commuting everywhere. I was never home, and I somehow managed to write that, which I'm super blessed for. But just having all of that free time to just create, it was incredible.
That's awesome. And so much happens between the time when you release music. So from the time that you released your first EP, Lemons, to your upcoming EP, like, do you feel like it's a continuation of your sound, or is there a difference?
It's definitely a continuation of my sound. These songs are more angry and like not so much angry, but they're not super sad. They're more like positive and like turning anger and or like turning sadness into like anger and like moving forward and like being comfortable with yourself, being comfortable with the people around you, and not having to rely on a significant other. It's all about like finding the power within yourself, which is
And
a little bit different than Lemons. Lemons is very sad.
and what's the name of the upcoming EP?
It's called Sucker. And that's like a throwback to my old days in my old band. Whenever I was a drummer, I always played the drums with a sucker in my mouth. And because I didn't want drummers make really weird faces. And so I didn't want to have any awkward pictures of me with a sucker in my mouth. And I really miss those days because I was like all about, yes, girl power and like finding it in myself. So I like pulled that from my past and like I wanted to put that into my music somehow.
That's awesome. And I understand that right now you're doing something really cool. You're actually donating the money you make on Bandcamp sales. Is that right?
Yes, all the money I make off of Bandcamp in the next couple of months is going 100% to the Black Lives Matter movement, and I'm doing $10 cover recommendations that are going straight towards those causes as well.
So will you do any cover Or do you have limits of what you might not do?
$10 will get you any kind of cover.
And if people want to keep up with you and your music, where's the best place to go?
Instagram, Twitter, or my website, which is yellowcellophane.com. That's probably the easiest place to, because everything's all there. I got all of my links. I have updates. I have everything that you can find on my website.
Awesome. Hannah, thank you so much for talking with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
For sure. And now here's Yellow Cellophane performing the song Lemons.